What's up, party people? It's Friday. I hope you guys have plans for the weekend. Tell me what they are. I want to know. Go into the comment section and tell me, what are you doing this weekend? That's what I really want to know. Today we have a fun show for you. All right, not a show, whatever. Fun live stream, if you will. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of fun stuff. In particular, we're going to talk about understanding the numbers when you are diagnosed with diabetes, because these things can get complicated. They can get complicated quick. And all of a sudden you're getting A1Cs and percentages and blood glucose values and cholesterol and whatnot. And you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? I don't understand. Okay. So we're here to try and like clear up a lot of the confusion and just make it simple for you. I'm going to actually share my screen because there's some simple numbers which I can sort of like use to help you understand all of the nonsense. But before we do that, let me hop into the chat box here. Amanda says Canada Day weekend. Yeah, what's up, Amanda? Canada Day, nice. Sandy, Vegas, baby. Sandy, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. All right. Wendy, still working on homework. Wendy, homework sucks. Nobody likes homework. Amanda, vegan barbecue, cool. Ryan, hello, a pool and birthday party. Oh snap! Can I come? I like birthdays. I like pools. That sounds like fun. Jorah says, waiting on July 4th, we'll be preparing my whole food plant-based SO free food. I think you mean SOS free food, if I'm not mistaken. Salt, oil, sugar free food. I hope so. Stacy, selling produce at the farmer's market. Now that's legit. I dig that. Amanda, studying to be a counselor. All right. I like that. Wendy says, you all have better plans than me. Michael, cricket weekend. Michael, you watching cricket or playing cricket? My dad has tried to get me to watch cricket ever since I was a little kid. And I'm like, Dad, I don't have 5 days to spare. I'm sorry. I love you, but this is a bit much. But then he introduced me to T20, which is a much better game. But of course, you tell me what type of cricket. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. So what am I doing over the weekend? That's a great question. Actually, my wife, Kylie, her birthday is on Monday. So we're going to do some fun stuff. She doesn't even know. I'm not allowed to talk about it. But we're going to be doing a lot of pool hanging. We're probably going to be going to the beach because she loves doing that. We're probably going to be going out and having some fun, and I might take her on a date night. So if you guys have a chance to wish Kylie a happy birthday, I don't know how you would do it. Maybe you could just do it right here. Maybe I'll bring her in. Maybe I'll bring her and Indigo in, and you can all wish her a happy birthday. She's rad. She's my favorite person ever. So we can have a good time. Okay. So now let's talk about diabetes. Let's talk about the numbers, because it's confusing. And when you get diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, all of a sudden your doctor can like throw a bunch of numbers back at you. And before you know it, you're like, oh, what does this mean? Okay. What does this mean? All right. So what I'm going to do, let me share my screen with you, because I kind of want to walk you through some specific numbers that are going to be helpful in kind of orienting you, so that it's a little bit less confusing. All right. So to do this, you basically can just go to the American Diabetes Association website. They're the general authority on this subject. And effectively, there's multiple ways that type 2 diabetes can be diagnosed. All right. So let's start with your A1C. Okay. Your A1C is basically just a measurement of, excuse me, a 3-month average blood glucose value. Okay. So rather than thinking about your A1C as being a number that tells you what your blood glucose is right now, your A1C value is a number that tells you what your blood glucose has been historically over the past 3 months. And the way that this is measured is basically by testing how much glucose is attached to hemoglobin inside of your blood. Hemoglobin is a molecule inside of red blood cells. Hemoglobin has a lifespan of approximately 3 months. And therefore, a scientist in the 1900s recognized that if you just take a look at how much glucose is attached to those hemoglobin molecules, you get a really good indicator of how much, whether your glucose is low, medium, or high. Okay. So A1C is measured in percent. It refers to the percent of all hemoglobin in circulation that has been what's called glycosylated. Okay. Glycosylated means has sugar attached to it. All right. So In an ideal world, your A1C value would be less than 5.7%. Got some yawns happening. And what that means is that less than 5% of all hemoglobin in circulation actually has glucose attached to it. If your A1C value comes back at between 5.7 and 6.4%, that means that you are living with prediabetes, meaning you are at risk for the development of type 2 diabetes. And then if your A1C value is 6.5% or higher, then that means that, well, there's a lot of glucose attached to hemoglobin, and that therefore you have type 2 diabetes. So do me a favor. Let's go in the chat box. I want you guys to tell me, what is your A1C value? Okay, your A1C value is an important metric of your diabetes health. And like we said, less than 5.7, non-diabetic. 5.7 to 6.4, pre-diabetic. 6.5% or higher is considered type 2. So I'm going to hop over there and take a look at the numbers. All right, here we go. Wendy, my last A1C was 6.5, down from 7.8. Well, that's legit. That's a big decrease. That's a 1.3% decrease. That's a great. Amanda, mine was 9 and going down as I was sick. All right, very good. Kimberly, I went to the doctor's last week and my A1C was 5.7, lowest ever since diagnosis type 1. Kimberly, very nice work. We're very happy about that. Okay. And 6.5%. Sheila, T.9. I don't know what that means. I think that's a mistake. Paula, 7.1, down from 9. Legit. Ryan, 8. All right, Ryan, let's bring it down. Carlos, 6.3. I love it. Let's bring it down even more. Jora, 5.4%, non-diabetic. Great. Sandy, 7.4%. Okay, we're going to bring that down. Denise, 5.8. You're in the pre-diabetes range. Phenomenal. Bob Madison, 6, down from 9.7. Legit. Barbara, 7.6. Good. Let's bring it down. Okay. Klaus, last year it was 5.8. This January, 6.3. All right. Good. You're making some progress. Franklin, 9 and going down. Amazing. Great. Dola, 6.1. Great. That's a safe A1C. You can bring it down even further. Okay. Virginia, type 2 last May, 7.0. Good. Let's bring it down. Okay. Annette, waiting on labs. Good. Snyder, last 2 A1C tests were 5.3. That's phenomenal. Michael Dent, 6.2. Good. Let's bring it down even further. Okay. Amazing. 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 Okay. Amanda says 9 and going down. Okay. Great. Great. So now that you guys have a good understanding of exactly, oh, Josie, look at that, coming in strong, 5.7 down from 9.5. These are massive changes, folks, massive changes. Just as a side note, we just did a different session, a Facebook Live on Ozempic. And Ozempic is a GLP-1 receptor agonist that's used for reducing blood glucose, but suppressing your appetite. And when you use Ozempic, when you use metformin, when you use other classes of pharmaceutical medication, they, generally speaking, can reduce your A1C by like 1, maybe 1.5%. And that's considered a big reduction. A lot of the reductions that I see are greater than 1%. They're like 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. Sometimes I've seen A1C reductions of like 7%. Okay. Generally speaking, a medication is not going to get you to lower your blood glucose by multiple percentage points. Lifestyle change will every single time. Okay. So if you're looking for a large A1C reduction because your A1C is significantly elevated and you're looking for a lasting A1C reduction, then of course, this guy is going to recommend lifestyle change over anything. Period. End of story. Always. Okay. Now, let me share my screen one more time. Go back here. Here we go. The next thing that you can use is called your fasting plasma glucose, which basically means your blood glucose first thing in the morning. Your blood glucose first thing in the morning is a great indicator of your, let's put it this way, is a great indicator of how well your liver and pancreas are talking to one another. That's really what it boils down to. All right. And this is a good indicator as to whether or not you are in the non-diabetic range, the pre-diabetic range, or the diabetes range. All right. Type 2 diabetes range. So here's how you interpret this information. You go to your doctor, you get a fasting blood glucose test, or you can just do it at home using a blood glucose meter. If your number is less than 100 and less than 100 on a consistent basis, what that means is you do this 5 times in a row and you get less than 100 every single time. Then guess what? You are technically speaking non-diabetic, and we want to keep you there. If your fasting blood glucose is somewhere between 100 and 125 and it's there on a regular basis, then that means that you are living with pre-diabetes. And then if your fasting blood glucose is 126 or higher consistently, then that means that you are living with type 2 diabetes. Okay. So you can see there's basically 3 ranges here that correspond to the same 3 ranges here for A1C. Okay. Again, A1C is smaller numbers and it's in a percentage. These are in milligrams per deciliter, which is the measurement that we use for here in the United States. All right. So what I want you guys to understand here is that there's basically, there's 3 different zones, if you will, normal prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. And depending on which one you check, you're looking for slightly different numbers. But the idea here is that you can use either one of them to help you understand whether you're in the safe zone, the prediabetes, or the type 2 diabetes zone. Okay. So given that information, now let's go back to the chat box. You tell me, what is your fasting glucose on a regular basis? Okay. Is your fasting glucose in 82 and 87 and 91? Or is your fasting glucose, 110 to 120? Or is your fasting glucose 126 or greater? Tell me. I want to know. Okay. Whew. Started to feel sneezy. Both Indigo and Kylie are sick, and I'm trying to prevent myself from getting sick. And guess what I'm using? Amla Green on a daily basis. World's most powerful antioxidant. All right. We'll talk about that in a second. What's your fasting glucose? All right. Paula, 135. All right. That indicates type 2 diabetes. Diane, 102. That indicates prediabetes. Carlos, 100 to 110 indicates prediabetes. Amanda says 6.6. All right. That's in Canadian units. So we got to do a conversion. You multiply by 19. 6.6 times 19 is 125. So that indicates that you're on the border of prediabetes and type 2. Ryan, 125 and greater. That indicates type 2. Alexis, 200 indicates type 2. Barbara, 126 or greater indicates type 2. Okay. Virginia, between 130 and 160 indicates type 2. All right. 149 from Denise indicates type 2. Amanda, 100 indicates on the border of non-diabetic and pre-diabetic. All right. Now, Giora says, when I take carbs at night, it's usually 120-ish. Salad at night gets probably lower is what she was going to say. Denise, 96 to 106K. That indicates pre-diabetes. Bob, 96. Yolanda, 98. That indicates non-diabetic. That's great. Jora, then it gets to 106. All right. So effectively, Jora, I'm going to pause on you for a second because what you're saying is when I take carbs at night, aka when I eat a carbohydrate-rich meal at night, then it's usually in the 20s the next morning. But if I eat a salad, then it's 106 the next morning. Okay, here's what's likely happening. There's this thing called insulin resistance, which we talk about ad nauseum. Insulin resistance is a result of eating a lot of high-fat foods. So if you eat high-fat foods, then you become insulin resistant. Then you add carbohydrate material on top of that. Boom, your glucose goes high. So what we recommend is in order for you to reduce your fasting glucose and your A1C value simultaneously, the way to do it is to reduce your intake of high-fat foods. Red meat, white meat, chicken, fish, all oil and dairy products. Those are all high-fat foods. We got to get those down. In addition to that, nuts, seeds, avocados, oils, and coconuts. If you can reduce your intake of those, then you will become less insulin resistant. When you do that, then you can start to increase your carbohydrate intake, and all of a sudden, boom, your life becomes easier. Okay. So Jora, in particular, if you're saying that when I eat carbohydrate, then my glucose goes higher than when I don't eat carbohydrate, then my answer to you is, well, guess what? That's your body. That's your glucose metabolism telling you that you are insulin resistant. If you can get rid of the insulin resistance thing, then it effectively doesn't really matter how much carbohydrate you eat because you are gaining the capacity and the ability and the tolerance for carbohydrate. Okay. So in your particular situation, I would highly recommend examining your diet to try and figure out where are the high-fat foods. Let's get those high-fat foods down. Let's get them out of your diet. And before you know it, now it's going to make a significant impact on your blood glucose. Kimberly, 80 to 110. Battling Down phenomenon. Same applies to you. Okay. That indicates that you're sometimes non-diabetic, sometimes in the pre-diabetes range. And the answer is if you can reduce your insulin resistance level, then that's going to make your blood glucose come down, and it's going to tend to be in the non-diabetic range more often than not. Dola, 100. Legit. I like it. Let's keep it lower than that. Robin, 11.2. Okay, that indicates type 2. Snyder, today 100, averaging about 105 to 105. Okay, that means pre-diabetes. Okay, we can bring that down. Okay. Amanda, 100, but type 2 already. Victoria, 94 to 118. Okay, that indicates pre-diabetes. GN 5.7 just received my first AMLA today. Phenomenal. Okay, so let's talk about AMLA actually, because it factors into this conversation. Okay, we looked at the numbers. We looked at the A1C values. We looked at the fasting blood glucose values. Did you know that AMLA green, okay, AMLA green is a tea that contains the Indian gooseberry, the AMLA berry. Did you know that AMLA berries are one of the most powerful blood glucose reducing foods ever discovered by humans? Well, that's kind of interesting. Okay, in addition to that, they also help lower cholesterol and blood pressure simultaneously. So if you're trying to reduce your fasting blood glucose, your A1C value, and trying to reduce your risk for type 2 diabetes in general, or trying to improve your blood glucose control living with type 1, then I would highly recommend adding AMLA Green to your diet. And if you can do that on a daily basis, be very consistent and robotic about doing it, then you are likely to find that your blood glucose comes down. And in addition to that, your glucose might come down. In addition to that, your cholesterol might come down, your blood pressure might come down, and you might gain some energy. And who doesn't want that? That's all good stuff. Okay, so here's what I got for you guys today. Best, if you could go on the screen and you could show the botanical bundle. Okay, the botanical bundle is one of the bundles that I highly recommend for many reasons. The botanical bundle contains two different bottles. AMLA Green Hibiscus, which is shown in red, it's a 90-day supply, and then AMLA Green Immunity, which is shown in purple, which is a 30-day supply. If you pick this up, okay, this bundle is going to be very powerful for you for a number of reasons. If you pick this up today, then I will be sending you a personal text message tomorrow. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and we can get into a fun text message conversation, and I would love to be able to do that. All right. So the reason why I recommend picking this up by going to amlagreen.com/botanical is because there are two flavors of AMLA Green, which are two of our best selling flavors. And these two flavors are flavors which are going to add significant metabolic firepower to your diet. The hibiscus version has a really nice flavor to it. And the hibiscus version has hibiscus plus ginger plus cinnamon plus Indian gooseberries. And the combination of all four of those it's an antioxidant powerhouse. And if you were to start using one scoop of that in the morning hours and then one scoop of AMLA Green Immunity, which contains, instead of the hibiscus, contains elderberries, very powerful immune boosting food. The combination of the two of those is a phenomenal powerhouse that gets you some AMLA Green in the morning and some AMLA Green in the evening. We have seen over and over and over again that people who incorporate this particular bundle into their diet get fantastic results at lowering their blood glucose, their blood pressure, and their cholesterol simultaneously. Okay, so again, if you pick this up today, I'm going to send you a text message tomorrow, and you're going to be getting an awesome combination of two of our most powerful AMLA Green varieties. When you put this into your body, I'm very confident that not only can you see better blood glucose values, but you can also boost your immune system. And who doesn't want that? Okay. This is my suggestion for today. If you haven't gotten this bundle already, then get your hands on it and we can start. I'm going to send you a text message and I think you guys are going to love it. Okay. Bob, so no keto diet at all? No, Bob, we do not like the ketogenic diet. We are not fans of a ketogenic diet at all. A ketogenic diet is a high fat diet, and a high fat diet has been shown over and over and over again to increase the amount of insulin resistance inside of your blood. And when you increase insulin resistance inside of your blood, inside of your liver, and inside of your muscle, that is associated with and sometimes causational in increasing your risk for many chronic diseases. It can impair your cardiovascular metabolism. It can increase your risk for fatty liver disease. It can increase your risk for chronic kidney disease. And I know you don't want any of those. Okay, so a ketogenic diet is absolutely not what we would recommend. It's a low carbohydrate approach that functions like Ozempic. It's basically a short-term Band-Aid, and it's going to lead you in the wrong direction over the course of time, even if it makes your blood glucose values look better today. Okay. Virginia says, AMLA all 3 meals or what's a day? Okay, Virginia, you do not have to use AMLA every single meal. You do not have to use it at mealtime at all. AMLA Green is a tea, and it's a tea that I highly recommend putting into your diet once or twice a day. If you can find 1 or 2 times throughout the day to put it in your diet, that's the best way to use it. maybe once in the morning, once in the middle of the afternoon. Just think, when would you normally consume tea? Well, I don't know, in the morning hours, in the evening hours, morning hours, tea time, in the middle of the afternoon. Whenever you want to consume tea, put this stuff in. You can also add it to salad dressings and to soups, and you can create your own concoctions. You can put it into smoothies. You can put it into mocktails. We've talked about that extensively. So however you want to put this stuff in your diet, it doesn't really matter to me. But when you get it in, it makes a big difference. Amanda, does this have side effects? Am I following this method to a T and still resistant? Okay, does this have side effects? What is this? Are you talking about Amla Green, or are you talking about eating a plant-based diet? Okay, the truth is that eating a plant-based diet has 0 side effects. Amla Green, to the best of our knowledge, also has 0 side effects. Sometimes people say that it's got, they don't like the flavor, and that's okay. That's totally fine. But other than that, I don't know of any side effects that, we've been searching for side effects, and I haven't been seen, or sorry, I haven't been presented with any that are worth talking about. Okay. So the answer is, for Amla, is there any side effects? The answer is no. Okay. Rachel, what is the difference with a night bundle? The night bundle. What is the night bundle? I think I'm confused. Bess, maybe if you could help me out with that one. If you know what the night bundle is, that would be helpful. Oh, I think the day and night bundle. That's what they're talking about. Okay. The day and night. Let me look up the day and night bundle right now. Let me just make sure I got that on my screen, and I can tell you exactly what it is. Okay. The day and night bundle right here. The day and night bundle contains, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see it. Boom. Okay. The Amla Green day and night bundle is slightly different. This gives you 2 30-day supplies of Amla Green regular and Amla Green decaf. Okay. Regular in the morning, decaf in the evening. That's the whole purpose of this. This is regular flavor, which is still a very tasty flavor, but this is a flavor that is caffeinated. This is caffeinated first thing in the morning that has a little bit of caffeine that comes from green tea. Okay. What we are suggesting that you do instead is pick up a different bundle. And that different bundle is the botanical bundle that you see on your screen right here. Again, Amla Green Hibiscus, 90 serving. Amla Green Immunity, 30 serving. Morning, evening, or morning, evening, doesn't really matter. This is a really powerful way to get a lot of antioxidants into your body on a daily basis. And again, if you do this, it's on sale right now for $69. You can save 22%. And if you get this if you pick this up today, then you will join the ranks of many people who have been reviewing this product, telling us that it's one of their favorites. Okay. So if you can scroll down and you can basically see what people are saying about the use of Amla Green, the botanical bundle, whether they're using the hibiscus or the immunity. People love this product, and that's awesome. I want you to love this product as well. Go to the bottom of the page and convince yourself that I'm not just telling you words because I want you to purchase something. That is not what I do, in case you haven't figured that out earlier. Okay. We provide you with details and ways that you can significantly improve your metabolic health. And don't take it from me. This is what other people are saying. They're saying that massively improved their life, and people seem to be very, very excited about the use of this product. This product legitimately has a 5-star review. Okay. A collection of 5-star reviews. That's the average review. And we know that it works. Let's just put it that way. We know that it works. So if you're interested in getting it started and using it, then I highly recommend it. Consuelo, what if you already have low blood pressure? Well, I'm going to drive my blood pressure down too far. The answer is no. The answer is no, because that's not what it is. It's referred to as an adaptogenic substance, which means that if your blood pressure is already low, your cholesterol is already low, your blood glucose is already low, don't worry. It's not going to go further down. Okay. These substances that are adaptogenic can sort of it's almost like they play detective and they figure out, what's high, and then they can help reduce the inflammatory processes that are caused by having those high blood glucose values and blood pressure values and blood cholesterol values, but they don't suppress an already low value. So that's a good thing. Okay. We got a couple minutes left. Gloria, I am not 10% plant-based yet, but I take Amla Green faithfully every day and my sugars keep dropping. Look at that. That's awesome. I have all 4, but green is my favorite. Well, that's phenomenal. I love it. I'm very glad to hear that. Jora, in continuation of previous message, carbs, potato at night, 120-ish, and salad then 106. Okay, cool. So Jora, we talked about this. Okay. I would highly recommend examining your diet, trying to find out where are the high fat things. It could be chicken, fish, meat, dairy products, oils. It could be avocados, nuts, seeds, olives, or coconuts. If those are present, I highly recommend doing a 7-day experiment. Just get those things out of your diet. Just cold turkey, get them out of your diet and watch what happens to your fasting blood glucose. It is magic. It will come down, and I put a very strong vote of confidence on that. Ryan Cyrus, do you currently have any promo of all flavors minus the hibiscus? And it's got too much coloring, and I'm not really a fan. Ooh, go back if you don't mind. Okay, so there's another. Okay, sorry. Let me just read this. Do you currently have a promo for all flavors minus the hibiscus? And it's got too much coloring, and I'm really not a fan. Waiting to try the pumpkin spice. Okay, so Ryan, the question is, if you don't like the hibiscus flavor, that's totally cool. There's no coloring. We don't add any colors to this, just to be very clear. You can see on the screen, it says green 10 right there. You can use that coupon code at checkout for any of your products. And that right there will give you a 10% discount on anything that you purchase. Okay, so you have that in the back pocket, and you can use that on your first purchase, no problem. Okay, if you want to try pumpkin spice, I highly recommend it. If you like the pumpkin spice flavor, that's a good thing because it's very, very tasty. And people have been reporting to us that they really enjoy the pumpkin spice flavor, especially if you're a pumpkin spice latte fan, which most people tend to be. Okay. When will the Umla travel packets come back? I don't know the answer to that, Sandy. That is a great question. I think they'll probably come back sometime within the next month, but I'm not 100% certain on that, so I'll have to get back to you on that. I think that might be the last of the questions. All right, kids, this has been fun. We got 3 minutes to go, and it's Friday, and I hope that you guys have an awesome weekend. At the beginning of this stream, you told me exactly what you're doing with your weekend, which is awesome, and I love it. Go hang out. Go spend some time outdoors. Go to pool parties. Eat some tasty food. Go socialize. Those are all things that are going to support your mental health, your physical health, and your emotional health. Whatever you do, please don't sit in front of your computer unless you have to. Okay. I'm going to get off my computer hopefully in the next hour or so. And then I will do exactly what I'm telling you to do, which is to go outside and have some fun and socialize with people. That's the way to put yourself in a good mental, physical, and emotional state that's going to help increase your happiness level, decrease your risk for chronic disease, and make you feel like a all-around, well-rounded person. Who doesn't want that? Okay. Ryan says, where's Kylie? That's a great question. I think, you know what? She sent me a text message. Kylie's not feeling well today. Indigo and Kylie are both feeling a little under the weather, so she would prefer to not be on camera. We love you, Kylie. If you love Kylie, if you've ever met Kylie before, maybe I'll have her come on for another session at some point. She's awesome. She's a wonderful human being. And if you love Kylie, then go ahead and put it in the chat box, and I'll make sure she sees all of your warm thoughts. It's her birthday again on Monday, and she's a wonderful human being, and Indigo is too. And I'll make sure. Oh, here we go. This is them. This is them right there. I don't know if you can see that. See that? There we go. Those are my girls right there. Indigo and Kylie right there. So hopefully I'll get them on a future episode. Bunch of awesome comments coming in here. Where's your daughter? She's sleeping right now. Happy birthday, Kylie. Thank you, Ryan. Birthday wishes for her. Thank you, Jora. Happy birthday to Kylie from Franklin, Victoria, Virginia. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? Big hugs to Kylie and Indy. Tammy, we love you so much. Feel better soon. Yolanda, Michael, Amanda, Diane, you guys are awesome. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Be back here exactly same time next Friday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. I hope you guys have a great weekend and have some fun. All right. Peace out, guys.